Hey, did you hear George Zimmerman? George Zimmerman, darling of the right. George Zimmerman is here's the headline. He's auctioning off the gun he used to kill Trayvon Martin. Boy, it's always so disheartening when cold-blooded murderers turn out to be such dicks. So yeah, Zimmerman, but if you forget, he successfully claimed self-defense after the jury determined that the kid he killed was an unarmed black. Self-defense. He's a hero to a large group of people, Zimmerman, a large group of racists, or as Trump refers to him, his base. I'm staring hard at all these jokes. So I'm watching a news report. This is a news report, local Fox station, and here's what they said about it. Again, this is one of my pet peeves, is that when news stations repeat false information, even though it's been debunked a million frickin' times. And here it comes right now.
Back in 2013, the neighborhood watch captain was acquitted of shooting the unarmed teenager.
He's not the neighborhood watch captain. He's not a neighborhood watch captain. He was not a neighborhood watch captain. He was not a neighborhood watch captain. George Zimmerman was a racist, violent maniac with a history of violence and assaulting police officers who wanted to gun down black kids. That's who this is. He wasn't a frickin' neighborhood watch captain. He wasn't. He was a vigilante who wasn't even a vigilante. He was a criminal looking to shoot black kids who were unarmed. So he's not a neighborhood watch. Why? They can't help themselves. They can't help themselves.
Why? Because they're not able to introduce Zimmerman as a maniac?
Hey, the deranged maniac, racist, homicidal maniac who's had a litany of run-ins with the police over violence, domestic violence, guns, all kinds of issues. They can't introduce him like that. They still say neighborhood watch captain. They still say that. And you wonder why people get their news. Zimmerman is a fellow of the O.J. Simpson Institute of Justice Miscarriages. Did you know that? I didn't know that. So this lady, so here is the news reporter. She's going to tell you all about the auction for the gun. Here she comes.
Well, this is the posting of the auction website. You can see the opening bid starts at $5,000. We asked him why he wants to auction it off.
We asked him why he wanted to auction it off. Really? Why? That's your why do you want to auction it off? I don't know. Maybe because he's an asshole. You ever think of that? Maybe because the news hasn't given him attention for 5 days, so he wants more attention and he wants to be an a-hole.
Maybe he wants to. He should have just kept it to show his kids while he kills some more kids. Well, you think you're funny, but here's George Zimmerman. Why did you sell it, George?
I'm a free American. I can do what I'd like with my possessions.
He's a free American, and he can do what he likes with his possessions. Here's the long answer. Ready? Here's the long answer.
And I thought it's time to move past the firearm. And if I sell it and it sells, I move past it. Otherwise, it's going in a safe for my grandkids.
For his grandkids.
Holy Lord.
He's gonna. Hey, here's the firearm I used to kill an unarmed kid about your age. Oh, really, Grandpa? You're so brave. Yes, I was brave. I was brave the way I lied to the cops. I was brave the way I attacked that 14-year-old kid without a gun, and then I shot him. I was pretty brave. I was brave when I pulled a rifle on my girlfriend. I was pretty brave then, too. Hey, look that. Hey, here you go. For my grandkids. Gonna save it for his grandkids. Okay, here we go. And by the way, at that auction, to bid on the gun, you'd find it under the category used objects that make you give up on humanity. The auction description says funds raised would be used to, quote, fight Black Lives Matter violence against law enforcement officers.
Well, at least it's going to a bad cause.
Yeah, at least it's going to a bad cause. So along with the gun, you also get a free truckload of delusional bullshit, which is nice. That's very nice. The auction item is listed as a collectible firearm returned by the Department of Justice and is still fully functional. Other auctions include the souls of those who are bidding on the gun. Okay, here we go. But he's kept Zimmerman has kept a low profile since the killing, living a very private life, being a useful member of the public, threatening random people in traffic, and tweeting images of Martin's dead body. That's what he's been doing, living very under the radar, threatening people in traffic randomly, tweeting out pictures of the kid that he killed.
Maybe a good Samaritan will buy it and then protect Zimmerman's neighborhood against him.
I hope so. Let's see if there's any more to this.
Never to be, used or seen again.
Yeah, so he's going to give it to his grandkids, never to be used or seen again. Okay, so here's more to this. Actually, there's more to this.
Going into hiding, not publicizing the sale, not putting this up for auction, isn't going to insulate me from these radicals.
Yeah, so it's not him selling the gun or exploiting the death of the kid, right? It's these radicals. And so, hey, if I don't sell the gun, it's not going to stop them from coming at me anyway. Wow. And I'm glad that the reporter pushed back zero on this, by the way. That if she didn't air it. They didn't air that. She just aired this part. Here we go.
It won't help. What I've decided to do is not cower. I'm a free American, and I can do what I'd like with my possessions.
And the auction starts at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Again.
Oh, well, thanks for giving us the update for when the auction starts. Again, the auction starts at 11, so get ready. What? Why are you doing that? Why are you giving us that information? Don't forget, 11 o'clock tomorrow, so if you're bid, make sure you can set your Twitter account for the delayed post. Don't forget, it starts at 11. What the F? Am I out of my mind that's weird that she's given the time when the auction starts that on a news show?
It's such a thorough news reporting. Jimmy, there's no way. I really thought that it was a joke about his grandchildren. That it sounds like a punchline.
Sounds like it.
Do they ship to foreign lands like Nazi Germany?
I don't know. But, right now there is a Trump delegate emptying his life savings to buy a gun. That's happening right now. Right now there is a Trump delegate emptying. He show up at the convention with the gun that killed Trayvon. Oh, my God.
Open carry.
That's better. That's better than a vial of sweat from Madonna.
and less harmful.
And less harmful. And you want to know why Zimmerman's selling the gun? Because he needs a little money to tide him over until Trump makes him attorney general. That's what this is all about, really. By the way, the auction site did end up taking they took it down. So here's what apparently the auction.
It's not going to start at 11 tomorrow?
It's not going to start at 11. The auction site pulled the murder item from bidding in a sudden bout of common decency.
Because probably the CEO wanted to buy it.
Probably. It's funny how they reported this too. It's kind of like they reported it like, well, we don't want to offend any of the white racists in our viewing audience, so we're going to report it in a way. We're going to give out, hey, if you want 11 o'clock tomorrow, you can bid. So all the people who watch our show who like this kind of stuff, we're not going to. It's like they didn't really make a judgment about it at any point during this. And you're like, well, that's not what they're supposed to do. Yeah, you can objectively say this is disgusting. You could objectively say, wow, what's wrong with this auction site that would let this happen? Why don't you? No, just like, hey, this is what we're just reporting what's happening. We're not putting a frame around it. Here's what the Trayvon Martin family said. The Trayvon Martin Foundation is committed to its mission of ending senseless gun violence in the United States. This election season, we are laser focused on furthering that mission. As such, the foundation has no comment on the actions of that person. Wouldn't even name him. Look at that. But I really appreciate the news media not pushing back on him or anything, and not. It's a great country, huh? Isn't it a great country? It's a great news media. That corporate news media doing a great job. You wonder why people get their news from YouTube. Don't freak out.